The revolution of collective success, why breaking barriers isn't enough. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Sammika Cosey, a visionary leader whose work is fundamentally transforming how we conceptualize success for Black professionals and entrepreneurs. Samika isn't just another consultant or business coach. She's a revolutionary thinker challenging the very foundation of how we understand empowerment in today's world. Her insights cut through the noise of conventional success narratives with laser precision, offering us something far more valuable, a framework for genuine, sustainable transformation that ripples beyond individual achievement to reshape entire communities. What struck me most powerfully in my conversation with Samika was her profound understanding that genuine empowerment isn't merely an individual achievement, it's a collective responsibility. This perspective doesn't just shift the conversation, it shatters it and rebuilds it into something far more powerful. For generations, we've celebrated a particular narrative of success, especially for marginalized communities. We lionize the exceptional individual who breaks through barriers, the first Black woman to become CEO, the pioneering entrepreneur who defies impossible odds, the first and only in prestigious spaces. These stories matter, certainly. They inspire, they create possibility models. But Sammika Cosey offers us something more revolutionary, a vision where success isn't measured by how high you climb alone, but by how many others you bring with you, by how effectively you dismantle the barriers themselves. This insight fundamentally challenges our deeply ingrained cultural mythology. We are obsessed with stories about exceptional individuals, the lone genius, the self made billionaire, the overnight success. These narratives seduce us because they suggest that extraordinary achievement is primarily a function of personal talent and determination. Work hard enough, be brilliant enough, persevere enough, and you too can overcome any obstacle. But this framing is fundamentally flawed and potentially dangerous. When we focus exclusively on individual achievement, we inadvertently reinforce the very systems that create barriers in the first place. We imply that the solution to structural inequality is simply for more individuals to be exceptional rather than changing the structures themselves. We place the burden of transformation on those most impacted by injustice rather than on the systems perpetuating it. Samika's perspective offers a profound alternative. True empowerment, she insists, isn't just about breaking barriers for yourself. It's about building systems of accountability and support that uplift the entire community. Consider the story of Kanasha Paul, founder of the Black Professionals Network. Before creating BPN, Kanasha witnessed firsthand how isolation limited upward mobility among her talented peers. The problem wasn't a lack of ability, it was a fragmented professional landscape where many Black professionals lacked access to mentorship, resources, and visibility. Rather than simply focusing on her own career advancement, which she could have easily done given her talents, Kanasha built something revolutionary, a platform offering networking events, leadership training programs, and mentorship pairings tailored specifically to the needs of Black professionals. The results have been nothing short of transformative. Thousands have benefited from expanded networks leading directly to career advancement opportunities. BPN has become a model for affinity based professional development organizations operating in multiple cities with robust partnerships across corporate America. Most importantly, the organization has fundamentally shifted perceptions about what's possible for Black professionals by creating new pipelines into leadership roles. This isn't just about helping individuals succeed within existing systems, it's about changing the systems themselves. This is what Sammika means when she talks about collective empowerment. It's not just about individual success stories, it's about creating sustainable ecosystems that enable many to succeed. This brings me to the first key insight from my conversation with Sammika. Empowerment is collective. Your growth as a leader or entrepreneur gains its greatest value when it contributes to empowering others in your network and community. But collective empowerment requires something else: accountability. This is the second crucial insight from Sammika's work. We often think of accountability in negative terms, as punishment for failure. But true accountability is something far more powerful. It's a commitment to consistent self reflection and holding yourself and those around you responsible for long term impact, not just short term wins. Markela Hinton's story illustrates this beautifully. As the founder of Snap Confidence Boost Camp, Markela created an initiative specifically designed to help women authors, particularly kingdom minded women, build confidence to step boldly into their entrepreneurial journeys. Markela understood a critical truth. Many aspiring authors struggle with self doubt rooted in societal expectations around gender and race within publishing spaces. As an author herself who overcame imposter syndrome early in her career, Markela wanted other women like her to not only survive, but thrive. The solution wasn't simply motivational speeches or vague encouragement. Instead, Markela developed structured confidence boost camps combining mindset coaching with practical execution strategies tailored toward underrepresented voices. The accountability built into these programs has led to remarkable outcomes. Participants report increased confidence levels, leading directly to book launches and new income streams. Several have gone on to mentor others themselves, creating a beautiful cycle of support and achievement. Over 100 women have completed the program since its inception, with dozens launching books within months of finishing their cohort experience. This model demonstrates how targeted support systems foster sustainable entrepreneurship among marginalized groups. What makes Markela's approach so effective is the balance between support and accountability. The women in her program aren't just encouraged, they're challenged to follow through, to produce, to become the authors and entrepreneurs they aspire to be. This brings us to Sammika's third key insight: authenticity fuels influence. Embracing your unique story, skills, and cultural perspective isn't just good for business, it's essential for building trust and lasting influence in any space. The retail brand leader, 1354, exemplifies this principle perfectly. This Black owned business has been spotlighted weekly by local advocates who celebrate its commitment as a thriving example of successful Black entrepreneurship. The founder's journey wasn't easy. They encountered significant barriers, including access to capital issues typical among minority entrepreneurs, plus additional hurdles related to theft incidents threatening profitability early on. What's remarkable is how they responded to these challenges. Rather than compromising their values or cutting corners, they implemented strict internal controls while also investing heavily in staff training focused on integrity, a direct response that prioritized both operational excellence and character development within their team culture. The results speak volumes. Not only did sales rebound post crisis, but employee retention improved markedly due largely to transparent communication practices introduced during recovery efforts. Customers responded positively too, thanks largely to a renewed focus on service quality over mere transactions. Originating from humble beginnings selling apparel at pop ups before opening brick and mortar locations, the founder credits faith driven perseverance combined with a relentless emphasis on values based leadership throughout every phase of the expansion process. Today, Leader 1354 enjoys sustained year over year growth plus regular features highlighting positive contributions made locally beyond simple economic impact alone. Their journey serves as inspiration to countless other aspiring entrepreneurs, demonstrating the tangible benefits of investing holistically in people and processes alike for long term sustainability. What makes this story so powerful is the authenticity at its core. The founder didn't succeed despite their values and cultural perspective, they succeeded because of them. Their authentic approach to business became their greatest competitive advantage. These three insights from Sammika Cosey, that empowerment is collective, accountability drives sustainable success, and authenticity fuels influence, and offer us a revolutionary framework for thinking about achievement and impact. But here's where things get really interesting. When we embrace this framework, something unexpected happens. We don't just create more successful individuals, we begin to transform the systems themselves. Think about it. When Kanasha Paul created the Black Professionals Network, she wasn't just helping individual professionals advance their careers, she was creating new pathways into leadership that simply didn't exist before. She was changing the very landscape of professional development for Black individuals. When Markella Hinton developed her confidence boost camps, she wasn't just helping individual women overcome self doubt. She was challenging fundamental assumptions about who gets to be an author and entrepreneur. She was expanding the very definition of what literary success looks like. When Leader 1354 built their business on integrity and community impact, they weren't just creating another retail store. They were demonstrating an alternative model of business success, one that values character development as much as profit margins. They were redefining what successful entrepreneurship can look like. This is the profound truth at the heart of Sammika's message. When we shift from individual achievement to collective empowerment, we don't just help more people succeed within existing systems. We begin to transform the systems themselves. And this transformation is urgently needed. Despite decades of diversity initiatives and inclusion programs, the statistics remain sobering. Black professionals continue to be underrepresented in leadership positions across industries. Black entrepreneurs continue to receive a tiny fraction of venture capital funding. Black women, in particular, face the double bind of both racial and gender bias in virtually every professional context. Individual success stories, while inspiring, haven't been enough to change these fundamental realities. What we need is exactly what Sammika Cosey advocates for: collective empowerment, rigorous accountability, and authentic leadership that transforms systems, not just individual trajectories. So I challenge you today. Will you continue to measure success by how high you climb alone? Or will you embrace a more revolutionary vision, one where your achievement is measured by how many others rise with you? Will you use your platform, not just your position, to build systems that empower those coming behind you? Will you create structures of accountability that drive sustainable success for your entire community? This isn't just a philosophical question, it's an urgent call to action. Because the truth is, we don't need more exceptional individuals breaking through barriers. We need people committed to dismantling the barriers themselves. We need more Kanasha Pauls building networks that connect talented professionals with the resources and opportunities they deserve. We need more Markila Hintons creating structured support systems that help people overcome not just external obstacles, but internalized doubts. We need more leaders like those behind Leader 1354, demonstrating alternative models of success that prioritize integrity and community impact alongside financial growth. In the words often attributed to Maya Angelou, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. This captures the essence of collective empowerment. Your success isn't just yours, it belongs to your community, your ancestors, and those who will follow in your footsteps. When we embrace this perspective, success becomes not just an individual achievement, but a collective liberation. True empowerment isn't measured by how high we climb alone, but by how many others we bring with us. This is the revolutionary vision that Sammika Cosey offers us. And it's a vision with the power to transform not just individual lives, but entire systems. The question is, are you brave enough to embrace it?